Good morning out there, everyone in there, out there. And Vivi, you had a good treat. And can you get down? Come on, get down for everybody. Down. Vivi, down. See how good she is? Look at that. Well, good morning for being here, out here. Yes. Now, let me tell you, this is one of those mornings that you've all had. We didn't have the alarm go off right at the right time. And there was this ring at the doorbell, and there was our wonderful plumber, Dan. And we were in our pajamas. And I think the funnier thing of the whole thing is Dan acting like everything was normal. And of course, you know what he said. You know what Dan said. No, I've seen it all. Dan's seen it all. Did you know that? Yeah, he's even seen Vivi. Yeah. Holy cow. Is it spring? Is it May? This is May. The breeze is coming in. The pond, every tree is perfectly reflected on the pond. Well, it's your place. Every leaf is out. What am I telling you, huh? Yeah. Holy cow. Well, hi there. Welcome to Sentimentalist. Hi, Mark and Mariana. Hope Annie's walking around and Vivi's giving me, or Julie's giving me directions. I don't know what they are.
Directed the dog.
Oh, Julie's imitating the dog. And you hear the frog. Oh, Vivi wants to go.
Her boyfriend was barking.
Her boyfriend's barking. Her boyfriend is Jake, a Weimerheimer next door. It was so sweet today. We were at Huntry Nursery. It's always wonderful. Don't you love going to nurseries and just bath, just surrounded by trees and flowers blooming? And see, you can live in a wonderful world no matter what the... I don't want to get into this religious thing, but no matter what the politics, I can get into that. No matter what the war, the beauty, the wonderful, the can't be explained things of the world deserve our loyalty. Yeah. And we were at Huntry, and there's Matt. He's so good. Australia. I'm sorry, I don't want to imitate you, but he loves watching this. I think it's remarkable that people want to watch Vivi Snows. Yeah. Oh, Vivi's going to bark back at Jake. You're going to get this morning. Yeah.
Come on.
So Vivi's out on the deck, and we have a wonderful guy in our group of poets, Jeff Corrick, and he had the flu last week. He was sick. He almost didn't show up, and he did show up. It's on Zoom, so he wasn't contagious. But you know how he got it? He got it from his granddaughter, who called him and said, "Grandpa, I have the flu. I can't come over today." And he said, "Oh, yeah. Oh, no. You have to come over anyway. You have to come over." Now, that's Grandpa. Grandpa will risk the flu, get the flu, to be Grandpa and love his granddaughter. See? That's the great stuff. I want to tell you about this wonderful friend of mine, Jim Alls. I think I mentioned him before. Teaches in the prisons. And the prisons are sort of the last, the contemporary slavery. They work for a quarter. And can you hear Vivi slurping? She's a good slurper. You coming back up? Hop up. You want to hop up? Come on. Hop up. Come on. Here. Come on. You want me to do this? Here you go. Vivi. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Come on up. Hop up. Jim works in the prisons, and he teaches there. And he wrote his poem this week about the titles of some of the prisoners' papers. Do you know they're not allowed to contact their outside world or the people they love. Or here's just a couple titles. The first letter to my daughter in 29 years, telling her the real reason I disappeared from her life. They read Plato, the Gospel of Luke, and the book about forgiveness, Tutu. A couple of the guys didn't know what forgiveness, they didn't know about it, didn't know it existed. Another title, his story of sitting alone in his cell, sobbing uncontrollably in front of the mirror for the first time I ever faced myself. A letter to Mrs. Smith asking for forgiveness for killing her son and not expecting anything back. One horrifying mistake cost them their lives. And as Jim and I said, if they've come to the point of writing 20-some pages like this, that's parole. What do you want? We have to do something to help these prisoners who are, shall we say, redeemed. Oh boy, Zach. Sorry, that is so good. And it deserves that slurp. So it's May. Oh man, I am in the garden. I hurt. Everything hurts. It's a wonderful hurt. It's all done by plants and trees and lopping off branches that need to go, and it's just terrific. Yeah, and ferns. Oh my gosh, we have ferns. They're this high, and then we have ferns that are like this, and the water's coming up. We're gonna get some river birches, and I'm telling you, I've not. You probably have, but I haven't been around. And the ferns are that high. They really are. And our neighbors in their pond, they have a fountain that must go 80, 90, 100 feet high. Shoots up and sprays in their pond. It's wonderful. It goes from 3 to 7 if you'd like to come see it. Yeah. And Memorial Day's coming up. That's the day when we plan everything we're going to do this summer, and then we don't. Yeah. Is there anything else I ought to let you know, Julia? How's that thing going? Yeah, I talked about what it was so good to be one thing, the schools talk a lot about teaching this, that, and criticism, but they doesn't seem to, what's not understood in the culture, it's not the school's fault. Nope. Is that criticism is not really taught. The only thing that's taught is criticism is evaluation, judgment. That's what, when I was in school, what criticism was in all my literature, going out again, okay. All my literature classes was revealing. That's what the best part of it is. Looking at it, looking at a story or a movie or a piece of music or whatever it is, or your own house, your living room, and going, wow. Oh, I didn't see that. It's wonderful with our group of poets to point out things that even they didn't see that are wonderful that are in the poem. If you can become a critic that points things out for people, like going on a nature walk with somebody, and they point out things to you, isn't that, that's wonderful. They don't walk along and say, this particular wildflower isn't worth looking at. They don't do that. They point out, look at this, toy soldiers, look at these. See the little red soldier coming? Oh, I never saw that before. Thank you, it's a gift. I really, really appreciate that gift. That's just such a good gift. Yep. Slurp. And then a May poem. How about a May poem for everybody? Kids are getting ready to get out of school, so it's impossible to teach. We went to Meredith Student's art show. She picked about 50 different X number of students from each room, and oh my gosh, wonderful art. No wonder Picasso said, My goal was to paint like a child. And so she had 50. That's a lot, right? But remember, she has 670 students. You want to teach? You want to do that? Woo! Coming down to the wire. Next week's her big deep breath week. I'm looking outside. It's already 60-some degrees. Beautiful breeze coming through. Did I already talk about? See, I get so overcome by how beautiful this all is, and plus Dan the Plumber is here. You know. Well, let's go to May. Let's finish up with May. This is easy enough. It was funny this morning. I was, well, it was just funny this morning. The world in May is leafing out. It's Matisse on a bicycle. It's a great blue heron coloring outside the lines. The show's turned over to the aftermath of buds. You can love never thinking this cliche could turn to ice. Even nice can be profound as worry. Even the creek running over the rotting log, the pansy in the moss-covered pot. The birds bulge with song. Mary Cassatt throws open her windows. Monet drags his palette, sits and waits for the paint to spill across the patina of his failing sight. Eric Satie makes his Joyces cling and clang, a counterpoint to dazzle. The earth is rising in shoots and sprays, the skies as new as rain, the stubborn doors swing open. The world in May is leafing out. Take care, be kind, try to be cheerful. So glad to be with you. It's just crazy fun.